blacks for Trump, black voices for Trump.
As Trump tries to increase his appeal with African Americans and the attention on black voters in the Deep South increases, we drove south from Atlanta about an hour and a half to Fort Valley, where we sat down with 8 black voters from across middle Georgia.
What's to you about President Trump?
When I started looking at the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, it kind of seemed like our government lost touch with the people. And so I felt like many that, hey, we needed a bull in the china shop.
155 points, and the S&P 500 gave up 97. President Trump wrapped up his visit to India tonight with a state banquet in New Delhi. Were charred and fruit stands wrecked after Hindu mobs attacked Muslims. At least 10 people is important to them in this primary.
Black voters here in South Carolina want people all over the country to understand that African American voters are not a monolith, that they have a range of concerns, everything from health care to education to women's issues. Now, the divisions that I'm seeing here in South Carolina are both working in favor for and against Joe Biden, who is seen as the frontrunner.
How long has Kobe been coming to this restaurant?
Since he met Vanessa, so she brought him to this place, and they start coming before they got kids, before we see her daughters, and
It's like the high school love days.
yeah, something like that, yeah. But I mean, it's good. He goes, he loves this place, he loves the food. He say he like this spot because people don't bother him.
Wednesday, early morning, 1:30 a.m. Now, I started around 1. This track. I'm trying to do this every now and then. I'm free flow without a tempo. Anyways, watching Saturday Night Live in Quebec on YouTube, which is my almost only entertainment center. Invest in YouTube Prime, which I pay close to $13 a month. This works a lot better now. Interface, there was commercials. Cool, I recommend it. Originals, they're not really focusing on that, and the documentaries. I'm sure people are watching those. I watched Impulse, and I started watching season 2, and I'm just gonna get through the first episode. Mainly because now it's becoming everything I do. It's kind of geared up to this. I'm working on
Let's talk about projections, specifically the projections for the 2020 New York Mets.
Hippos are extremely territorial, they're extremely aggressive. If there's one hippo that's dominating this little watering hole, when he or she sees this decoy, the theory is it will come out to either attack it or mate with it.
Clay Davenport has them projected even higher at 92 and 70 as of February 25th. In each of these projections, the Mets finished first in the NL East and are the second best team in the National League behind the absolutely loaded Dodgers. But why?
State, now you're a star in the NFL. For the record, before we get into your life and your career, you went to college with Dak Prescott. I talk about this all the time. The NFL just asked, the NFL wants a 17-game schedule. You guys are going to fight back and forth, but let's start with the franchise tag. I think it's great for players if you're not a quarterback. If I'm a defensive lineman and you franchise tag me, I get a whole bunch of money for a year. It's obvious Kansas City wants you long term, but they want to do this for a year, get it sorted out, because they know they got to pay Mahomes $1 zillion.
labor deal, which means every team has one franchise tag and one transition tag. Usually it's one or the other, and this becomes a factor for a couple of teams. Yes, Cowboys, the Titans, maybe the Buccaneers. We really don't know what they want to do with James Winston. The Cowboys have Amari Cooper, the receiver they acquired in trade from the Raiders a year and a half ago. Quarterback Dak Prescott, Titans have quarterback Ryan Tannehill, running back Derrick Henry, the Buccaneers have pass rusher Sean Garrett, and quarterback James Winston. You would think they want to keep him. And this creates an awkward situation for these teams. Now that the window's open, what do you do? And I'm a big believer that this is all deadline driven anyway. And what matters is when it closes, not when it opens. But it is kind of a weird thing that
and my son, 14.
So away from microphones, I think we're physically in and we talk about but maybe we'll hear that.
On the outside.
So which is more important?
Where the Pirates play.
Lecom.
For short. Do we know what that meant?
I was looking it up when we started the video. We're gonna say bone density. We're gonna say bone medicine.
A lot of bone doctors here.
Bone doctors.
And we're gonna try some food. Give away some Roosevelt
Maybe some
shirts.
Pirates baseball. From each other. That they called off the negotiations for months. Dak wants to get paid the type of money Patrick Mahomes is going to get paid.
Never.
And if he does not come off that, then absolutely the franchise tag comes into play. And if the franchise tag comes into play...
And a little tequila.
Very good. And as well-deserved, this was a very special Super Bowl victory for a city that had not had a Super Bowl championship for 50 years. And everybody was celebrating and having fun at the parade. But I will say, Travis, you were setting the tone. And your outfit was really outstanding.
The tone setter.
The tone setter.
The tone setter.
So I believe this is a Louis Vuitton coat?
Yes, it is.
A
Yes,
Louis
it
Vuitton
is.
coat, and that is a WWE belt?
That is the WWE. Shout out to the WWE for sending that. It's actually one of a kind Super Bowl 54 championship belt.
That's great.
Send it to me for whatever reason. I was extremely excited.
You did not request it. They just sent it.
They just sent it.
Also Jason's mother. He's 2 years older.
2 years.
And you, I read there was an epic fight back in the day.
Reaching out to the Kansas City community, getting out there, shaking hands, and meeting everyone, but raising funds for the right reasons.
And you just opened a science lab somewhere, is that right?
Yes, a STEM robotics lab at Operation Breakthrough, which is an unbelievable cornerstone in the Kansas City community. It helps the underserved kids that are in poverty.
Pirate spring training, a brewery, a food truck, some games inside. It's kind of perfect spot for them. When I say brewery, I get really nervous because I was a speech impediment kid, so I hope I said it good right there, but in my brain, try to avoid that word at all costs.
This is Animals Healthcare, and we are having a guest house in Vietnam where we save and rescue the animals. And today is a very, very special day with us because I have found a new owner for 2 kittens. That new owner is very kind.
Is that I don't eat very much. In fact, I eat all the time.
Fascinating. Welcome to South Carolina.
Thank you.
Obviously, you're here to get to the hearts and minds of the South Carolinians. To get to a South Carolinian's heart, you have to go through their stomach.
Okay,
the contents of which will eventually lodge in their heart.
Okay. The first will be Rocky, and the second one will be Lily. And here are 2 kittens. You get a new house today. So let's join me in this video and say goodbye for Rocky and Lily.
starting with Trent Brown. Sure, as well, we were looking at that graphic that happened once ago. There's a large disparity there, so. Check out the guy back to down over here. Wait to see what this next. Come on. Know who's going to take the charge there. Yeah, that's how this is in charge. Get out of the way. You know, Rex Chapman says blocker charge. How about the choice being run away as Michael Robertson is down there? He played Michael Robinson since football day. And so Michael's known this guy since he was a young kid, right? And Mike Robinson's dad actually was security. I said, how much you feel safe? That's been established. I mean, it's not just state line, right? Redirect and sit, so we get out there. What's better than Ezra? Well.
This is song number 2. Friday night. Started around 7:45. Got to work tonight. It's actually going okay so far. Anyways, song number 2, same song as before. I like this one, this is good. Play it better, of course, and then secondly, I just developing out right now.
Quarterback in football, when in a couple years he could be the 3rd best quarterback in his own division. That's what I'm saying they've got to be careful of.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe. 160 destinations across 5 travel styles like small group explorations. Their inclusive tours feature local guides, cultural...
Once every 4 years, it's a leap day, and we've got your top 10 plays from Saturday, kicking things off with Darius Garland, the rookie out of Vanderbilt, tiptoeing along the baseline and flipping it up off glass for the reverse at number 10. At number 9, John Moran has been phenomenal this season.
Yo, what a year last year, right? 40, what was it, 41, 37?
Yeah, 41 placatas,
and then I hear you saying all season you're going to go 50-50. Yeah. You got it in you? Yeah, let's get it. Let's go.
As we know. Here he goes. Big, tall tiger coming at you. 4, 3, 9. Honestly,
that is not normal. If you didn't know, that's not normal.
I mean,
6'3" and change, 238 pounds. Watch him stride that out.
Esa calma que tú mantienes en el juego, ¿de dónde viene eso y qué tan importante es eso para ti?
Bueno, de verdad que significa mucho, ¿verdad? Que mantener esa paciencia cuando uno sale a jugar el terreno de juego. Yo creo que eso uno lo crea de uno mismo. Yo creo que eso ya, como que dice, uno nace con eso.
Yeah, that patience is very important to him, Cliff, you know, to be able to maintain that patience throughout the game. He's learned that, he feels like he was born with that, so it helps him in his game.
You've said, correct me if I'm wrong, you've said that you're a fan of fast food.
Uh-huh.
Are there any ways in which you are not like Donald Trump? United States, as far as I can tell, is like being the person ordering for everybody at a restaurant.
Uh-huh.
If you're the appetizer orderer-in-chief, what are you getting for America? What are we going with? Potato skins?
Bueno, en todo, ¿verdad? Que en el osito yo trabajo en todo, particularmente en el cuerpo, en el físico, más que todo, y mantenerme saludable.
Yeah, just working on everything, his whole entire body, making sure that he stays healthy, but he doesn't just pick one thing. He's working in all facets of his game.
Who's going to bully? I've known. Of course it's Scrooge McDuck.
Okay.
He doesn't wear pants.
Secondly,
congratulations on an unbelievable season a year ago. How do you feel so far in spring training?
Thank you. I feel really good. You know, it's kind of a different feeling getting into camp and kind of understanding that.
I see myself really good here. So I can fit here. So Freeman and Acuna and those guys are really. So I feel comfortable playing with them.
How much fun? Eat up a couple more innings and throw up a couple more zeros, but yeah, part of it's probably comfort. Always pitching on the road with Team Canada.
shift from 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. this morning. Coming home from eating some pizza. Slept until about noon, I guess. 1 p.m. maybe, afternoon. Like 12:30 maybe. Anyways, haven't felt well since, but maybe I feel better than I was feeling. I haven't. Anyways, I still haven't figured this one out. This one actually is something that I've, like the chord progression is something that's pretty easy, so it's something that I've been doing for a long time. It was kind of part of hoops before, kind of an adjustment to how it sounded, for, call it a second part of hoops, but kind of left it out, over the last few years, but I always kind of, play that little thing, when I'm practicing. So anyways, so when I was playing it, without drums the other night after one of the songs, I just thought it was so beautiful, without even trying, and then, so I tried it for, obviously for the next 3 times, and I still think it can just be something, anyways. Don't know what I'm going to call that one yet. It's maybe backwards and forwards or something. I think that's kind of cool. Okay, see you. Shit done.
What if I don't have my family? What if my family's not complete? What if my dream isn't gonna come true? And at this time, even basketball did not matter to me.
My sweet girl. Daddy has loved you from the moment he knew you existed. He was strong when everything was scary. And he was brave when he had every reason not to be.
I need more.
Yours is perfect. Look. See how yours mixes? Don't do it without eggs.
I don't think it works like that, baby.
I remember when we were dating, I asked him, what are your goals? What are your dreams? Do you want to play in the Olympics? Do you want to be the MVP? What do you want? And he was like, I want a family.
10 on the shot clock. Drew.
Drew and I met in college. We both played sports at UCLA.
I'm competitive, yes. She is more competitive.
I think
she said no.
I think I told him I didn't want to make him a priority.
Honestly, there was just a feeling that made me sure.
He had a confidence in me that was always encouraging, was always saying, yeah, go chase your dreams. But probably about 3 months in, I was woken up by a migraine headache, unlike any headache that I had ever had.
I'm in LA getting rehab, and she calls me and tells me she has brain tumor. I don't think people understand everything that I have is because of her.
Une autre, une Cronenbourg. Tu as raison, il est excellent.
La salade n'est pas mal, mais très salée.
C'est dommage. Comment tu trouves la soupe?
Elle est excellente. Comment est ton plat?
C'est bon. J'aime les haricots blancs et la sauce du poulet est parfaite. Voudriez-vous des desserts?
Non, pas moi. J'ai assez mangé.
Je ne sais pas. Lucie, tu prends quelque chose?
Qu'est-ce que vous avez comme dessert?
Nous avons du flan, de la salade de fruits, du gâteau au chocolat et de la glace.
Du gâteau au chocolat, s'il vous plaît.
Et un café, s'il vous plaît. Désirez autre chose? Non, merci. L'addition, s'il vous plaît.
A two-run shot for Rafael Devers. This lap. Why do we have to do this? You know, the Brady thing, I think you have more excuses.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you have to do it.
Well, but
because
the Brady thing, you have more excuses,
and
too.
if you had Brady, you would have won the game. That's why. You
Well,
said so. You said so.
I know, you're right. This is a tough one. I don't even know. I'm going back and forth on this one.
Team in the second half of the season and be pitching in minor league games by May, that'd be a positive. And speaking of positives, how about Dalton Kelly? Yeah.
LeBron goes right by the D on the fly, behind his back into the rack for the reverse at number 5.
Greg Popovich missed a game Tuesday for personal reasons, and the Spurs missed a chance to make history. Tim Duncan was named head coach, and not Becky Hammon. Hammon is in her 6th season as Spurs assistant coach. Duncan's been there for 1 year.
How ugly do you think this could get for them?
You know, I think, honestly, as they start to play games, it's not going to be as ugly as people think. I think the hit by pitches will be a thing. I think there are going to be pitchers out there that are upset. I mean, there's a lot of players. We've heard from them.
MLB Tonight, presented by Camping World. 30 clubs in 30 days. Our next stop is all about the New York Mets, and this is a team that thinks they're really good.
Greatest wide receivers to ever play the game is here in Indianapolis with us. Chris Carter, welcome to Good Morning Football.
Well, thank you. Thank you. One, it's great that the NFL has come up with the mentoring program. What they're trying to connect is the greats of the game with the future stars of the game. They've been doing it for 6 years.
It does. We were here. We get excited about all the clubs. But this is a team that's stacked with veterans, a lot of young talent. And I got to tell you, they've really turned the page quickly after the managerial soap opera they endured in the offseason, D-Ro. Yeah, there's first off, there's... Oh, that was a fast count. Here's your... Liv Morgan! Tim, I'm not going to argue with you at the same time. Well, the clock is off like 13 minutes, so 9:45 is when I'm finishing the song. Or like hitting send to iTunes. I'm on GarageBand, by the way. Take care. Good things.
And as a woman, I want to say this. I loved working with Chris Matthews. I really enjoyed being his colleague. And I understand the important changes around this so-called...
You had to take out an insurance policy on your own life in case something happens.
I didn't take an insurance policy on the film.
Okay.
Not on my life.
Okay.
I got security for that. That's
by the way, look, we have a security force here for Wendy, just for Wendy, but there's double security here now because Corey has security for himself, his third wife, his son, and your ex-wives.
That's right.
Around the clock.
That's right. Because we're in danger.
You were stabbed?
Well, I've been stabbed. I was almost run over by 2 trucks, which was happened.
Muscle truck.
Yeah, big monster trucks with the giant nose.
Murphy to AOP with a strap to the referee. We never saw it. I'll tell him. Murphy. Dawkins just obliterated Murphy. Rollins isn't moving.
No, this cannot happen.
From the top.
No.
From the heavens. Cover.
No.
Street profits are real.
Here are your winners and the new Raw Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits.
For them, there's a chance to get a steal in all 10 races.
Porter with the finish.
Conley, who spent 12 seasons in Memphis with the Grizzlies, finds Bogdanovich off to an open O'Neal. Has a higher field goal percentage at 73.
That's unbelievable.
O'Neal from distance. Once again, he connects.
You can't let him get started.
He's in his 6th season. He's missed only 4 games in his entire career as Sexton pulls up from the foul line. He gets it to go. Engels is an international teammate of Matt Dellavedova's with Australia. As Bogdanovich inside, and that's where Rudy Gobert lives.